So, there's been all this quarantine garbage going on for the last, I don't know, 7,000 days, it feels like. Strangely enough, though, even though I haven't had school or work, I've actually been pretty busy. So that's part of the reason why I haven't made a video in a few weeks. But what I'm going to touch base on tonight is this engine right here. This is a date coded for, where's it at? It's on here somewhere. Ah, there it is. L1871. So that's December 18th, 1971. Coded 2-bolt main 350. At some point in time before I got my hands on this engine, it had been rebuilt pretty recently, I feel like, before I got a hold of it. It's bored 40 over. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's stamped on top of the pistons. It's been cleaned up. Some of the cylinder walls, you could still even see the cross hatching in. But when I got it, well, for any of you guys, I don't know if I've made a video of it before or not, but you guys have seen my 83 El Camino. Sometime back last year, I bought a 79 model El Camino parts car. And this engine was actually in the parts car, and somebody had taken the carburetor and intake off of it, and it sat around, and it got water down it, and it got some rust in this cylinder wall, and in this cylinder wall, and it actually seized the engine. But I've since torn it out, I've unseized it, and I'm in the process of getting it cleaned up. I've got parts here actually to start putting it back together. There's the heads. I've got a factory stock style intake manifold to go on it. And it'll have to come in a later video because, as you can see, it's dark outside. I bought a Holley 600 carburetor, a brand spanking new one, and actually stuck it on the 305 that's in the El Camino that I drive, just to kind of get it dialed in and this and that. But the plans are for this engine, I'm going to put it back together, get it all cleaned up for as cheap as humanly possible, and made it back up to the same transmission out of the parts car, and I'm going to slide the whole mess into the car that I drive. Originally, when I bought the parts car, I didn't intend on having all this and doing all this. I actually wasn't looking for an engine, I just needed body parts, but this happened to be in it. And after looking it over, I thought, well, hey, this could be a pretty nice engine. So why not use it? Because, the 305 that's in the car is worn completely out. It smokes, it uses oil, it leaks oil, you name it. I mean, it's really bad. So yeah, I mean, this thing's even still got pretty fresh freeze plugs and stuff in it. So I think it'll clean up all right. I've already put some of the lifters back in the bores. You can see it's got a little rust around through here, but no big deal. I put a new oil pump and screen on it because the old one was full of gray, milky, gross looking sludge where it was full of water. As a matter of fact, I need to bring this in before it rains. I can get the garage door open here. And I'll show you this good old 5-gallon bucket. So that's black, it looks like oil. A couple of those things are actually paper towels, but some of that's sort of sludgy stuff. That's a 5-gallon bucket. You can see it's about 2/3 of the way full. I would say 2/3 of what's in it was clear, straight up water that came out of that oil pan, and then the oil came out. And then I almost never got the oil pan cleaned up, but I did eventually. Let me put it back in here as well. So yeah, that's what kind of shape this engine was in. But, that's where we're at with it. And there's the car. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later.